they added a new feature, and it's my own fault for not clicking it. But we should be live now, so people could see us. It's kind of weird, I guess, but we weren't officially live.
Oh,
so we're just gonna do it again. I'm gonna hit this.
A new feature, and
Yep, there it is. Okay, let's go. Let's go. That's all good. Like, I just did the intro because they added this new feature on the program we use where before you could just start streaming, right? Now you could hit start streaming and then you have to hit go live. It gets a little confusing, and that's twice now I forgot to do it. But I see Golda was talking. I see that others were saying hi, so thank you. Just in case the intro didn't work, I'm going to go through the intro again. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and helping us grow. We've gained over 30 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. It's been amazing. We're rocketing up to 500, it seems like, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for supporting us and being here. I want to thank people like Golda, who are our Patreons, who are helping provide financial assistance to buy new cameras and better audio and things like that. So we just thank you so much, for all of that support and help. I'm gonna move this bad boy closer just to make sure you're picking us up. And outside of that, just don't forget we have our affiliate links below for Monument Hobbies. We've got a discount link there if you haven't used it before, called Improbable Wargaming. Don't hesitate to use it. It gives you 10% off. So it's a great thing to have. I'm trying to work a thing out with Monument to see if they'll give us some paints to do as a giveaway. But at this point right now, JCD Hobby is helping us with a lot of the giveaways, along with the Patreon support to do that as well. So that's been great. And then, of course, 3D6 Wargaming is where we're getting our objective mats. Check them out. All of this stuff helps, the stream improve. So there we go. Just in case it didn't work the first time, here's our intro one more time, because I'm still learning as an old man. It's Isaac. Woo! What's up, Isaac? Well, today, Isaac, I am painting witches, and I'm painting some Cabal boys. So that is what I'm up to. What are you painting?
I am painting Steven's Tau.
Yes, that is exactly what they're called. They have their own special rules, and it's going to be amazing in 10th edition. Their first rule is they just win.
Yep.
So exciting! I'm so excited. Show this off. You got to show off.
Okay.
I'm just loving this different take on Shadow Sun. She's getting worked on. I just love her base coat already. She's got me like super excited to see when she's finished. Super cool. Audio sounds good. Well, thank you, Travis, for letting us know the audio is good. I've been practicing with the mic and the settings, and I feel like I've dialed it in. The 30K stream we did just the other day, the audio was really good, no echoing. So I feel like Travis and I, we had to learn this from scratch, right? We knew nothing, and we've been growing. And initially, Travis being younger, right, he was a little faster on the uptake and a little more adventurous in learning it. But then now I've been catching up and figuring out those little details. So I'm glad to be able to reduce a quality stream, just as though if Travis was here. So I'm glad, that in that regard.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah, he's here.
We're thinking of him.
We're always thinking of him. Mostly anger. We have a lot of anger. But yeah, Travis is always on our mind. Let's see. So what's everyone else up to? Any cool projects? What are you painting? What are you excited about? That is the question of the day. Ooh. So here's a question for you, as what I would call you as more of a pro painter than myself. And of course I loaded that brush up probably a little too much. When you get loose hairs, ones that just don't want to lay flat, do you have any answer for that?
It depends how bad.
It's just like the solo one. Usually if I wet the brush up a little more, it tends to get under control. But as the brush dries, it kind of starts, sticking its face out there again.
Yeah, so
I gotta remember paint under the camera.
If I can save it with some brush cleaner and then let it sit, then
Yeah.
I'll do that. But I mean, if it's just a loose hair and it's way too crazy, if you go in there with just like a pair of scissors and just snip that one hair, usually you're okay.
I see.
Sometimes I'm scared to do that, so I just kind of let it ride. But
yeah, no, I'm with you. Sometimes it makes me nervous too, so then I'm like, I think I'll wait. But yeah, it just figured I'd ask. The one thing I have to say with these Monument hobby brushes, I find it not happening very much, and usually it's like just one hair, and usually I can get it under control. But when I was using the GW ones, my goodness, once it started going, it was just like a downhill.
Yeah.
Now some of it was my fault. I learned that loading the brush up too much I learned from Travis, right? If you load your brush up too much, then the paint will dry up at here where the bristles meet the base of the brush, and then they'll fray and they'll do craziness. So you don't want to do that. You want to be, you don't want to go crazy with your painting. Have good thin paints and don't put too much on your brush. That's what I've learned.
Speaking of brushes,
yes.
I have the really cool Money Hobbies brush case that I got to kind of complement my bag I have.
Yeah. Let's hear about it.
And it's awesome. But speaking of brushes, I mean, usually, so how it kind of evolved, I started out with getting the Raphael 8404 brushes, and then eventually bought some new ones. And once these nice Quincy Sable brushes started getting a little bit tired, a little bit kind of crappy, displaying and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, they just got kind of laterally promoted to being metallic brushes.
I got you.
So they're still useful, still have better points than any other synthetic that I have. So I mean, it is find a different use than being, dotting eyes and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have a lot of brushes in my cup over here that you can't see at the moment, but this cup is a lot of bad brushes, but they serve other purposes now, like base, doing base work, any kind of just jobs that you don't care about no more, but you obviously don't want to use an expensive brush for. That is their job now. And that's okay. You get your money's worth, if you will.
Really good things about these Monument brushes you're using too. I just can never get them.
Yep. Well, one day.
Wink.
Well, supposedly in another week. Now, this is what I've heard in the grapevine. Another week, there's supposed to be a fresh shipment coming in of Monument brushes. So keep your eyes open, because I don't know if they're gonna just announce it like, hey, they're here. But you definitely want to keep your eyes open for it, because if you miss it, just a quick blink and they'll be gone, because they're that good. And like I said, it's worth checking them out. So my plan is with when they come in, hopefully, is to get a backup set just to have, especially knowing that I have to wait a while, right?
I know there was a lot of uncertainty too with all of the conflicts going on in the world of getting Klinsky Sable and that kind of stuff. So I mean,
sure. Well, I'm gonna buy this. I'm buying synthetic, because these are their synthetic ones. Like I've been very happy with synthetic. I know there's some people who won't go that route, but personally, these synthetics are amazing. I'm, like I said, very pleased with, and so highly recommended for sure. Let's see here, and then one of these days I got to give Travis all of these extra World Eaters that I got sitting here for him. Maybe.
Speaking of Travis, that guy has my shirts. You're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, Travis, you're supposed to be giving us shirts. What the heck, bro? What the heck? Well, we'll get them to you. Don't worry about that. Let's see here.
I should just get a piece of tape and something to put an I and a W on it.
There you go. Yeah, I was actually looking at like getting like more of one of those Velcro type logos things, but they're not cheap, and unless you buy like thousands of them, and I have no intention at this time to buy thousands of them. So
I do know a guy that has a pretty extensive art history.
Oh yeah,
background and classes in screen printing and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So I mean, I know it's another project added to my list of things to do.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
We could maybe talk about me making some shirts. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to get to that point at some point, right? But I think like with our last experience with having shirts made, I feel like we are definitely like kind of hesitant to not to say anything bad about the people that made a shirt. It's like I said, to have things like that made is just such a high. You have to order so much. Okay, let's see what we got here. Looking for a way to support the channel. Join our Patreon. Ooh, Nightbot, I love you. Thank you for saying things. Let's see here. In the chat info, buy Monument Hobbies. Perfect. A good way to get paint out of the brush I have found is when you load them too much, use some nail polish. Oh, well, thank you for the tip.
Golda, I need you to clarify.
Nail brush.
What kind of brushes are you using? Synthetic, Klinsky Sable?
Yes, that's a good question.
Because immediately that scares me thinking I'm going to melt my brush.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? Yeah,
so please clarify.
What kind of brush? He's using GW brushes, I bet. And I don't know outside of that, right? Well, tell us what you're using there, Golden, and let me know. Let's see here. We'll need to remake the description for the vid. The links don't copy over. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, Travis. I tried to be clever, and I guess I failed. My bad. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this up, but that's fine. We'll fix the links here. I guess I didn't realize that. It's what happens when I was like, worrying about other things first. Okay, let's get back. This silver's not. I have to say this Vallejo is failing me at the moment, so I'm going to go and use a different silver because it's not doing the coverage I want in this instance.
Which one are you using?
Oh, I was using the Vallejo silver, which I do like, but it's not doing what I need it to right now. So I'm going to switch over to lead belcher to get. What's happening is I've got some. When you're basing, you're a little more sloppy. You're just trying to get the color kind of everywhere, and sometimes it gets where you don't want it. And the problem with that in this instance is that Vallejo is so thin that it's showing the orange through, and I don't want it to be like an orange metallic. I want it to be, silver.
Yeah, I have some issues with that too. I mean, I love Vallejo metallic color, but you do lose a little bit of controllability with just how thin it is.
Yeah.
And so, whereas it's a blessing because it is thin, and you can put it on or slap it on and not worry about being too thick in places.
Sure.
But you have a running chance of it running in places that you don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely something you got to get used to, and it's newer to my repertoire between using Monument Hobby stuff, GW stuff, and trying out Vallejo stuff here and there. Because I mean, I love my Monument stuff. It's good paint, but there are just some things that I'm used to, and so when you're used to them, it's hard to go move away from them. And then of course other people are trying to get me to try new things, and then I try them and I'm like, back to my old ways. That's just me though.
One thing I'm just interested in doing
is,
I just recently acquired a good portion of the entire range of Monument Hobbies paint.
Yes, you did.
And so the transparents are in there.
Yep, they are.
And I want to definitely do some experiments with getting those to act close to what I get from contrast paints.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I will tell you about them since I've used them quite a bit, is that some of them do quite a good job of it. Like the brown is a fantastic not lead belcher, I'm sorry, a snake bite and wildwood kind of replacement. But then like I found the purple to be more of just like an ink. So I don't know because I'm not an expert in any means, so I'm not really sure what I could do to make that react in the way that like I was kind of hoping. But let me know if you figured it out.
I think so too. I also use contrast in a lot different way than most people do for the most part. I mean, I for the most part use it like an ink.
Okay.
With underpainting and kind of getting value with white and black first, and then bringing that into whatever color I want.
Okay. Well, good to know, Travis. Thanks for that. I haven't seen you lately when it comes to streaming, so we'll have to sit down and figure that out. Probably next week. Okay, I'm gonna come on for you because I think okay. So what is Gold is saying? Gold has got. I use cheap ones from Walmart. Okay. So they're probably if they're cheap ones, they're definitely not like sable brushes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Well, I'm gonna have to try. Maybe it'd be a video I do.
Yeah. You can see
I try and damage brushes.
Yeah, it's like, did this brush survive this experiment? No.
Just destroy a bunch of brushes.
Well, as long as they're not of service anymore.
Maybe, depending. If you guys, have enough sub and have enough patrons, maybe we can afford to, buy brushes just to destroy them on, video. But we're not quite there yet. So
yeah, we're not quite there to just destroy equipment. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Like, one day they'll be like, yeah, let's just melt this whole army on stream after 40 plus, like what was it, like 140 hours worth of painting. Let's go.
Hey.
That'd be wild.
If we get a $500 donation or anything like that, I will paint a mini to the best of my ability and then melt it on camera. I'll do it. $500, yes.
Oh, I would cry. There'd be tears. So many tears. Be like, goodbye. Beautiful. Beautiful model. I'm against it. I'm totally against it. Hey, Brandon Flock, what's up, sir? How's your painting going of your Necrons? Have you gotten anywhere with them? Have you done anything special with them? Now that reminds me, while we're here chatting and hanging out, this week we're only streaming today. We've got a big tournament coming up, both in Nebraska and in Kansas City. Some of us are going to Kansas City. Some of us are going to Nebraska. The 30K boys are going to Nebraska to do a narrative tournament there. And then the 40K boys are all heading down to Kansas to do a tournament down there. So we're all kind of just not going to be streaming here for the next few days. But when we get back, we will have 30K coming back on the Sundays as we planned. And then we will have our 40K popping up here back on our Wednesdays. And I think with now that we got the core rules leaked and all that stuff, we can actually start playing the core rules. We can at least start playing the armies that we have with the core rules, which I think at least it'll get us kind of starting getting familiar with how we're going to be playing in the future. Because there are some interesting changes. I've got to say for sure. But who knows? Hopefully like they'll be announcing the release of the box set here real soon, and then the core rules and all of the armies that are indexed will be available to us, and then we can start playing real soon. So that's what I'm excited about. Let's see what we got here. What is the next giveaway? Oh, good question. Let's talk about the next giveaway, because what's going to happen is next week. So we're giving everyone more time. So let's talk about the giveaway since we are on the topic of it now. Let me turn off my camera so that we can discuss. Let me see. Yep. Okay. So let's talk about this, and then we'll talk about the new giveaway. So we're gonna officially announce who wins this box with all the models, the terrain, all the goodness that's in it. We're going to announce that next Monday after we're back from the tournament. So that this way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you haven't joined the Discord, and you haven't linked your YouTube account, this will be available next Monday. That's our plan. We want to give everyone time to really get in this, because this is nearly a $200 box. And we just want to make sure that as many people have the chance to win as possible. And as we always say, Patreons get 2 chances at it. You know, so we have Patreon for $1, $3, and $5 a month, and all of those give you 2 chances at winning this. So if you can only afford $1, great. If all you can afford is if you can afford $5, excuse me, great. If you can't afford any of it, then that's okay. Just join the Discord, link your YouTube account, subscribe to the channel, and you'll still have a chance at winning it. And we've had more Patreons win than non-Patrons, but we've had non-Patrons win. So you still have a chance. And honestly, not enough people who have joined our Discord have linked their account. So really, right now, you guys are almost out, like, kind of 50-50 with the Patrons, which I'm sure they love. But if you really want a chance at winning this, go ahead and link your account, okay? That's going to get you what you want for that. Now, for the next one, it's a smaller box. So we're going to bring my camera back up so that you can see that. Now, for the next part, we're going to be giving away the commemorative Commissar that I got from Warhammer Fest. So these are in limited quantity, and so this is something that you can only have gotten if you went to Warhammer Fest. Maybe, and they might be also giving these away at other events, but as far as I know, these are not available for public consumption. So if you will, right, you can't purchase it anywhere. So this is going to be our next month's giveaway while we're waiting for a really big surprise the following month. So I'm working on a deal with A-Case, and we probably are going to have a really amazing giveaway the following month. So this is a great time to get in, link your account. You know, if you can afford to do Patreon and help us grow, you know, our equipment and all those things, this is a great time because I'm working very hard, you know, to find affiliates and sponsors for this channel that'll give us things that we can give away to you guys that are amazing. That's my goals. You know, while you're helping us grow and be a better channel, both in quality and all that stuff, we can give back to you, and that's what I want to do. So right now, this is what we're doing for this one. The one we have this month, which we're gonna do next week, $200 box of miniatures and all that coming to you. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna keep giving away as long as we possibly can, between Patreon's help supporting that and the Patreon's helping with getting us new equipment, and then on top of our sponsors providing giveaway stuff. We're just gonna keep on trying to give you as much as we can, right? We're gonna give back to you as you give back to us, okay? So that's the kind of the plan. We got this limited edition Commissar. I'm super excited about it. Hopefully you are as well. I know there's a bunch of you Dirty Guard players out there. You know, I'm an elf player, sorry. Can't help it.
I always wanted to, but I was like, and it's another 40K army.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is what I really want to do if I do ever do guard.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to do some kind of crazy like kit bashed like regiment no one's ever heard of type of thing. Like getting like old like army like plastic army man models and then converting those into 40K.
Ah, yes, like, yes.
And that is just a huge undertaking that I probably will never do.
Yeah, that
sounds cool in theory.
When you have nothing else to do, right? And you're just like, okay, finally, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I've seen some cool conversions, and if you're only ever gonna play one army, I often think that's the answer: is make it unique. But if you're like, like me, you're doing a battle report channel, or you're trying to help provide many armies to the channel, yeah, it's less incentive for that. What are you gonna do, right? Let's see if anybody made any comments. Okay, so we got that. Okay, Rick, next week after the up. Thank you, Travis, as always. Can't wait for that. Yes, it's gonna be. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see who's going to win it. We'll ship it out to you. There's no cost. We're not charging for it, right? We're not expecting anything in that regard. All we're asking is to sub to the channel and link your account, just so that we know who you are, so that you have actually a chance to win. And that is it. It is literally a win-win for you if as a person who just subs, right? And so why not? It helps the channel, and you get to win something, and we get to be all grins that we managed to do that for you. So then I really love doing that. So yay! And then we do have extra T-shirts, just so you know. So if you're in the local area, we do have some extra XL shirts, $20 each if you want them. If you want it shipped to you, that's great. We're gonna charge you $5 for a shirt for shipping wise. So just be aware of that. It's just we're literally making $0 on the shirts. It was the best deal we could do, and honestly, I felt bad if we tried to make any money off it, because it was already, in my mind, a $20 t-shirt is expensive, and so I didn't want to go try to add $5, let's say, or something like that. So these are literally at cost. The best deal we could do at the number that we bought, and so please, pick one up, get it. It's something Travis and I've been discussing a bit about, is like kind of starting our own. We got the channel, right? We know that, but starting kind of a competitive team where we've got guys who want to join up, and like we're doing this coming week. We're going to the Teams event. We've got Patreons and stream members coming along with us to compete, and the main idea is that we're building our community, we're supporting one another, and having fun, and that's kind of the main deal. So if you're interested in kind of like going to more tournaments with us and stuff like that, let us know. We're gonna create a little team chat, part of the Discord, I think, and then that way we can see who wants to go and hang with us. And there's no limit. Like if you're already part of a team or something, that's fine too. We're not real picky. But if you're going to an event with us, how much fun would that be? So either way, just some extra things that I've been thinking on and trying to find ways to make this interactive. For sure. Wow, man, I gotta do some skin. Now, go ahead. What's up?
If you get a shirt,
yes,
make sure when you're wearing it, you tell everyone about it. When they're like, "Hey, what's up with your shirt?" You're like, "Well, let me tell you all about it," and that'll pay for all the other stuff.
There you go. But too funny. But yeah, I mean, I gotta order more buttons now. I'm thinking of it. I really I was, when I was in England and when I was at this other event, I was giving out buttons, and people seem to like it. So I think that is my plan, is to get some more buttons in the near future made, so that way when I'm playing against someone, I'm like, hey, here's a button while before we play, and then be really nice to them so they don't get mad.
I just recently acquired the ability to make stickers as well, like the one on my cutting mat here.
Yeah.
So I don't quite have enough for a production or to put out yet, but
that's
eventually
the plan, huh?
We're going to try and have a stockpile of them that we can give away, include with giveaways.
Oh, yeah, that'd be way cool. I agree with that. Boom, boom. But, yeah, we just, for those who don't know, and maybe I haven't made it quite clear, Brandon is part of the team. He is our commission painter. He helps us making hobby videos is the plan. We got to get him back on track, but I've also given him a lot of projects, so I'm sure I'm just making it harder for him. But he's here for commission work. He is here to create hobby videos with me and with Travis. He's here to create how-tos because he's an amazing painter. So a lot of that stuff's going to keep coming. We're going to have more of it. I need to create some more hobby videos because I know a few tricks. I like to share them as well. So we've got that going on, just so you know. So if you haven't said welcome to Brandon, please do. He is definitely part of the team, and he's been a value add, if you will. Woohoo!
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Speaking of videos, I have like 5 or 6 in the pipe ready to go. Not ready to go, ready to be edited. So
there we
as
go.
soon as I get the time to sit down and edit them and do voiceover and stuff, there'll be probably a big influx of my videos.
And that'll be super exciting. That will be super exciting. So yeah, good deal. And then let's see here. I'm excited to see if Travis is going to make any kind of thoughts and feelings about the 10th edition leak on his own time, just because I know he did some of those for some other content or other whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? Just some other things that were done in 9th edition. So I'm excited to see if he'll do that for like what was recently leaked and things like that. So that'll be really cool to see if he gets out there and tells people what he thinks, because you know he's pretty eloquent with his words, I have to say. So pretty. Okay, let's see here. Well, coming to the Cherokee Open or Mayhem in New NC, and I'll be happy to go to one with you guys. Hard to take off out of the state. Stuff being I get you, Yoda Tech. I mean, it can be hard to travel. Sometimes it's just a commitment, you know, you just got, you know, you make time for it. It's like a special trip, if you will. But I get you. Not everyone can do that. So we appreciate that. Cherokee maybe next year, right? I mean, it depends on a few things. For me, especially with me changing my job around a little bit, we'll see how much I can continue to travel. But my goal is to be able to maintain a decent amount of it. I really, really, really want to go to LVO again. I really had a great time, and a lot of it's kind of neat. Like it's hit or miss who you'll run into in the Midwest and stuff. But then you'll go to the West Coast and you'll see everyone, you know, that you hadn't seen in a while, and I like that. So plus all the Midwest people seem to go out there too. So you're like, woohoo, my people. Oh goodness, let's see. Gee, thanks. Oh, you know, Travis, you got a voice for radio. Or maybe a face for radio. I don't know. I think you're hot. There you go. I said it. I admitted it.
Best thumbnail around.
Yep. He makes pretty thumbnails. Especially if you give him more than 10 minutes. He can make you a real nice thumbnail. And then you're like, damn. I still need to sit down and learn how to do thumbnails. Hopefully Travis will take me under his wing and show me that, so that during times where he's busy, I can pick up the slack and create my take on thumbnails, which will probably be hated upon by Travis. He'll be like, no, not that. I'll be like, yes, I did that. Oh, dude, I took this little thing that had a Jakari lady. It had this where did he go? Oh, the commissar guy. So there's this commissar sitting in a chair, like glaring at this Jakar lady, and then she gives him this gesture, you know, and he gives his face. So I put a little love song over it from Lady Gaga and put it up on TikTok because I thought it was hilarious. Oh, I'm such a bad person.
I mean, I think a good part of the community is also like into that kind of weird humor. So I mean, probably likes it. So
yeah. I mean, you're not typically dealing with people that are like anti-Harry Potter when you're dealing with this, right? Is the way I will subtly say it. You know, so yeah, so you shouldn't find too many problems as long as you don't go too crazy. Let us see. I mean, I think Travis is anti-Harry Potter, right, Travis? You never even watched the movies. You hate everything about it. Is that right? Is that right, Travis? You hate Harry Potter? I can't remember. I think he hates Harry Potter. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's true, but I'm claiming it.
I definitely was a Potterhead growing up. So.
That's hilarious. Brandon Flock, you have to tell me what's going on. Don't you lie to me. What are you painting? Anything good? Share it in the hobby chat. Let's go. I want to know what Brandon Flock... Like, actually, so Brandon... It's funny. Brandon, for the longest time, was borrowed Necrons to play. Which, you know, at least when he went to places where being painted mattered, right? But the man is so great. Such a great player. And then to watch him, like start painting, really for the first time in any kind of serious capacity, I'm impressed. The man's going to be an amazing painter while he sticks with it, for sure. I can't doubt it. Let's see here. Laugh out loud. I have no problem with HP. Uh-oh. HP?
Harry Potter.
Okay. Just making sure I got that translated right, because I could have gone a lot of ways with that.
There's no problem with the computer company.
So you have no problem. Exactly. He doesn't have a problem with computers at all. He also has no problem hating on Harry Potter. If what I would say is put in, you know, if we have any, do we have anything we can put in the chat? Like any kind of, I don't know, emoji. If we have emojis we can put in the chat, go ahead and put in a poop emoji for Travis not liking Harry Potter. That's what we should do. Harry Potter emojis, something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we hate on him a little? I'm looking for right now to see if there's any kind of emojis. I'm looking for poop. Hey, there's pink poop. Pink poop for Travis because he hates Harry Potter.
I dig it.
I want more pink poops, people. Let's go.
I mean, he's read the books, so I mean, like,
did he say he read the books? That doesn't mean you like Harry Potter reading the books. Yes, right. We got another one. I need more pink poops because Travis hates Harry Potter.
Okay. I'll give him this. It is a rather big commitment to read the books.
Yes.
If you don't like it.
No, I agree. It's likely he likes them, but we're not gonna. That's not what we're promoting today. We're promoting that Travis hates Harry Potter, and that we should put pink poops in the chat for Travis. Don't make me be the only one doing it, because I will put more. Come on, Golda. I know you want to do it.
If anything, pink poops for having the shirts right now, so I can't get mine.
Oh yes, pink poops for not bringing the shirts. That's the other thing. Let's go. Pink poops for Travis. Come on, let's do this, chat. We'll pink poop Travis.
This is gonna bleed into our Discord too.
It Travis. Really will. This is gonna be permanent pink poops for Travis, even if he's doing something good.
He's gonna post this like amazing Nurgle thing he painted. It's like pink poop.
Pink poop. Exactly. I think that's what we should do. This is Travis's emoji for life. Pink poop. I'm putting another one because no one's listening to me, and it makes me sad. Pink poop. More pink poops for Travis. Thank you, Improbable Wargaming, for putting out pink poops. Let's go. I love it. Now, anybody got any questions? Any hobby questions or anything else? I'm curious if how you guys are feeling about 10th edition. I'm curious how you guys are feeling about your army going into the edition. There we go, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for the pink poop for Travis. Let's go. Pink poop for Travis. Pink poop emoji. It's real. Let's go. Travis, I know you want to do it. Put a pink poop in there. Steven forced me to take a shirt. Not my fault. Don't you dare try to redirect the anger towards me. Pink poop for Travis for trying to scapegoat the shirt.
Bring on the
poops. Let's go. I need more pink poops. I'm putting another one because I'm not satisfied with the level of pink poops in the chat. Let's go. Pink poops for Travis. This is my new thing for him. Oh my goodness, I'm having so much fun already. This stream's gonna go by way too fast today, and I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be like, what do you mean we're done? It's like, Steven, we have to get off the air. But I don't want to. I'm having so much fun. Thank you, Improbable Wargaming, for another pink poop. I don't know who's running Improbable Wargaming, but I appreciate them. Oh no. Travis, come on. You know you want to pink poop it. Let's go. Oh, we got a brown poop for Travis. Okay, that's it. I appreciate it. I'll count it. It's pink to me.
Hey, Travis identifies as a brown poop.
Yes, Travis's identifiers are brown pink. Let's go that route. Let's go. That's his self-identifier. He's the brown poop. But when no one's looking, he's pink. Let's go. Okay, Travis, what are you working on though? Are you getting any hobbying done today, or are you just hanging out with us, keeping me laughing? What's your plans today, Travis? Mr. Improbable, what's up? Let's see. Ooh, I want to do silver on that, so let's not get too much gold. I don't know if I'm letting you see, but here's what I'm up to. I'm putting some gold on my babies. I like doing I know a lot of people do Dakari weapons in dark colors, but I really like. Excuse me, I really like the idea that there's still Wraithbone. And so that's what I'm doing. Just doing Wraithbone stuff. Don't mind me. But it's so crazy. Let's see. Golda, where are you? I miss you. Let's see. Oh, what do we got?
Let me get my own pink poop.
Relaxing after a long day of entertaining family. Yes. Well, as I know about you, you are an entertainer. You probably were doing like playing your trombone and running around making faces. It probably was amazing. Yeah. Pink poop from Brandon Pillow again. Thank you, Mr. Pillow.
Who's that guy?
I don't know who that guy is. He might be somebody we know. Thank you, Brandon Pillow, for supporting the channel with your pink poops.
He's alright sometimes.
Yeah, he's all right sometimes. We kind of don't mind him. Yes. Let's see. Next knee pad. What we got here? I'm still here just listening. Come on, Golda. I need a pink poop from you. I'm calling on your friendship, your patriotism, whatever we're going to have to say to guilt you into doing a pink poop. Let's go, Golda. Just stop. Just stop for a second. Oh, we got multiple poops from the Golda. They're not pink, but I'll take them. Golda is not constipated. That is official. It is official. Oh my goodness. Dude, like, I thought it was interesting now that you can't. So here's the thing I will say for people who may not be aware. I noticed that in the rules, if same type of weapons cannot split fire. So if, let's say, I have 6 shuriken pistols, they all have to go into the same target. I can't do 3 shuriken pistols here and 3 shuriken pistols there, which is interesting. And kind of a surprise. Like, you know, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it just means now you'll, like, throw a grenade pack into one unit, shuriken pistols this way, and then maybe, like, you know, fusion pistols the other. Is kind of what I'm thinking.
So if there's anyone watching that's in the competitive scene against Steven, if you keep watching the streams and the Instagrams and that kind of stuff, eventually you'll be able to figure out what Steven's talent list is. So you gotta watch though. So if you watch the stream enough, eventually you'll figure out what he's bringing.
Yeah. Yes. That would be the way. Too funny. But thank you, Golda, for the brown poops. I will take them, even despite the fact that they are not pink. Yeah, there's just a few transports in there. I like it. I think the fact that it seems like that isn't how the rules actually read. That's how I read it. I'm gonna go pull the rules up, you son of a gun. I don't know. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. Let me go. I'm going. Let's double check on that reading, because I never said I'm a good reader, just that I can do it sometimes. What page is it on, Travis? And then we can do that. Let's see. Unit selection. This is all the building. So we're at the end of the book. Let's go up to the front. So this is gonna be up here. We're gonna argue this. I like arguing with Travis, and then usually I lose, but let's try it anyway. Making attacks. Let's see. Shooting phase. Says select eligible target, select target, make range attack, repeat with next eligible unit, right? So that's the basics. We got that. Easy to understand. Yeah, shush over there. I don't want to hear about it. But either way, let's see here. At least one model in that target unit must be visible. Yes, we got all that. Models in that. Let's see. Long operative. I'm trying to find it. I swore I saw it, Travis, and I hate you for making me find it right now. When a model is shooting at a weapon, it makes a number of attacks equal to that. We know that. Resolve all the attacks against one unit before resolving attacks against another unit. Yep. Resolve all attacks made with this same weapon profile. So it says, but see, that's the problem. It says resolve all attacks made with the same weapon profile, right? So that confuses me here, because it says you must resolve all attacks against one unit before resolving attacks against the next, right? But then it also says you must resolve all those same weapon type profiles at the same time, right? So doesn't that mean that I can't split fire the same weapon then, because I can't resolve them at the same time? Or am I just getting too uppity with my reading here? A unit cannot shoot while within game room. We already got that. So I don't know, that's just me. So maybe I'm wrong, but my interpretation is if I have to resolve all one weapon type at the same time, but I can't resolve all the shooting in 2 different, maybe, I mean, I could read it both ways. But I mean, you could argue it. That's what I'm saying. You could argue it, but maybe that's not the intention. I would prefer it not to be the way I think it is. But I was reading it quickly while trying to set the stream up, so it is possible I misread it. So why don't you explain it to us? Okay, shut up, Travis. That is too simple of an explanation of no, it doesn't mean that. You must explain. And so I'm waiting for you. I told you that we were going to be learning this together. More like you teaching me. Because I'm too quick off the fire.
You're going to have to teach me too.
Hey, Chris. How's it going? Welcome, Chris G. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. Put a pink poop in there for me if you would. for Travis because he's kind of poopy, and we still love him though. Okay, there is no change here from the current rules. Okay, well then, good to know. So I mean, I can still do everything I like doing with shooting. Okay, good. I'm happy. I'm gonna go turn this camera off at the moment until we argue the next rules, and then you prove yourself right again. Okay, so let's go back to painting. But welcome, Chris G. We appreciate you being here. If you're new, if you're old, I don't recognize the name, so maybe we haven't seen you in a while. But nice to have you here hanging out. Any 10th edition rules that you're excited about, Chris? Anything you're like looking at and just thinking that is what I wanted? Let's see. So I know that there, I was glad to see that the engagement range did stay at 1 inch, because that that GW employee definitely told me incorrectly at Warhammer Fest, and it was glad to finally confirm that that was wrong, because originally he said it was more like AOS and it was just a 1/2 inch engagement, which of course then Travis was like, "Roar, I'm raging," and I love the raging part of it no matter what, but that is what happened. Right, Travis? Okay, it's just that if you are split firing, you have to resolve all attacks into one unit first, and then yeah, I mean that's how it normally is. And I guess I was, like I said, I was trying to read stuff up real quick before the stream while trying to do things for the stream, and so it's not unheard of to misinterpret things while doing that. So my bad. I'm still waiting for more pink poops, people. I need pink poops. I'm gonna put another one for Travis because I love Travis and he loves pink poop. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty happy to just have the rules and no engagement range is 1 inch. Yes, laughing out. I was just typing that. Base to base engagement combined with DS outlines and 9 wounds. Yeah, I like the fact that now you have to go straight into the closest unit. The movement shenanigans are now kind of under control, it seems, until someone figures out something else, I guess. But yeah, all that free movement we used to get is gone, it seems like. So I'm happy that there's not that case. Nice. Yeah, no, I mean, I like the changes they made in that regard as well. It does seem way cool, for sure. Let's go. Okay. Now, I thought it was interesting that there is only a minimum movement for flyer, for planes now and bombers and stuff. So that's pretty trippy to me. I guess there won't be any issue just flying off the board now if you wanted to, I guess. I don't know. But it does make sense that, planes are so fast. Why would they have a max movement on the board? I mean, literally they just fly by in a heartbeat if they want to. So I like that. We'll see how useful flyers are. I feel like right now vehicles are like seriously back for 40K. Transports for sure. I think we got basically a glimpse at what Harlequin vehicles are going to be like with the stealth mode, if you will. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. There's still a lot of tricks you can do. You can still get 6 inches of free movement minimum if you are smart about it. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, you can definitely set things up, right? If you can get onto an objective marker, and other things. What particular free 6 inches are you referring to? Just make sure we're on the same page. I'm curious, but yeah, there's still some movement shenanigans. It's not like it used to be. At least that's what I think. Get these golden knee pads. It looks like it looks like with the with fly not talking about aircraft are nerfed. Nothing in the terrain rules or in the fly rules that says that they can ignore vertical movement. Yeah, I remember they showed an example, but I don't remember exactly. So I mean that would be disappointing. I suspect if that is the case, then we're looking at a nerf to Harlequins too, right? Because normally Harlequins ignore vertical movement, so that makes me go hum. Anybody else got Travis? You got an answer to that? Get ready for 9 impulsors. Oh God, 9 impulsors. That just does not sound like the game I'm excited about. Boo. T12. Oh my God. Yeah, that's interesting. Just that you measure in a straight path now instead of vertical. And well, I mean, if you're measuring a straight path, I'll have to. That's something I'm gonna have to when we're at when we're in Kansas and when they're running those 2,000 point 10K 10th edition games, I definitely want to ask about that because yeah, I didn't look at that rule very close. I just kind of eyeballed it for a second. It would be disappointing that Fly Unit has to consider that.
Oh no!
Oh, Dev! Oh, we got pink poops for days. Thank you. I'm so happy.
We got my dad putting pink poops in here now.
Dad putting pink poops. Thank you so much.
Sheesh.
Man, after my own heart, knows when there is a piece of pink poop on this in the group. Let's see. If you start outside of 6.1, then you pile in plus consolidate. You still okay? Yeah, I mean, okay. I get that. I mean, yeah, there's going to be those little things. Like, yeah, I guess I didn't take that into account. Good point. Good point. I mean, there's still going to be an art to piling and consolidating, right? So it sounds like that'll be a hoot in its own right. Let's see. We've got
as somebody that is like outside the competitive scene.
Yes.
And whose lists mainly are generated on just things that look cool and things I like and stuff like that.
Real cool.
The fact that vehicles no longer have to have the Primaris keyword or the first port, like for vehicles is just, to me, it's great because now it doesn't limit me from like, oh, I can't use this Rhino that I think looks cool because Primaris technically can't ride it.
Yeah, it's good to see that the Primaris and the Firstborn now can play together in the same transport, at least use them. So that to me is pretty cool. I'm glad they did that for sure. Let's see what else we got here because Chris is chatting it up and I love it. So there's still a lot of movement you can get from combat. Just need to slingshot and spread out a bit different. Yeah, no, I agree. You're gonna have to think about it differently, right? And you're gonna have to, and it's gonna be your opponent's job, if you will, to kind of try to prevent some of that slingshot, right? Because if they're in a bad spot and can give you that opportunity to gain extra movement, then that's what they're probably gonna do, right? So that's a good point. Don't mind my flicker of this bad boy. She's stubborn old phone, but she's doing her best. Yeah, no. The more I've been thinking about, that reminds me too, the more I've been thinking about the Dakari rules that were shown and everything, I'm feeling a little bit better about them. Like, I like this idea, and Dakari, at least in 9th edition, right, they have rules to mess with your leadership and cause you, in this sense, right, to do leadership checks at a lower success rate. So I kind of like this idea that Dakari probably are going to be still messing with people's battle shocks, right? If we're gonna be causing you to do battle shocks, we're getting these tokens that are then giving us buffs. And so I'm excited actually to be playing Dakari and really seeing what they can do with leadership shenanigans and whatnot. Because to me it's finally right. We've had these rules for leadership that didn't seem to really matter and much, and now it's like yes. It was interesting to learn about the mortal wounds from emergency disembarking and things like that too. Let's see here. Yeah, with the charge phase, you will basically want to just barely make your charge so you can get more movement in the fight phase. Good point. So you're piling. If you I can't read it. If you overroll your charge, you have to end base to base if you can. True. I agree with this. Dakari gets super free rerolls, it seems, for being less lethal and having less rerolls. This edition sure has a lot of rerolls. No, I agree. Like it seems like there's a lot of rerolls, right? It's just, I think they just moved them around. So Jakari's looking pretty fun. I think the fact that their vehicles are -1 to hit now, or at least the Vipers are, that's pretty exciting because they need that extra boost. I did notice the nerf to their weapon skill, not weapon skill, but their weapon skill. Because usually elf vehicles hit on 3s, and now they're only hitting on 4s, at least for the Venoms. So that was a little sadness, but I guess you can't have everything, right, guys? Can't have it all. So that is kind of what I took away from that. But Dakari did, after looking through it a bit, I did get a little more excited. I think we should be interesting. I like the sticky objective deal. I mean, right, we're a pirate army. It makes sense that we're here to take your loot, if you will. So yeah, I don't know. It's Dakari, let's go. that I'm definitely motivated now to get these Dakari up and running. Now, just in case you guys weren't here for earlier, we will be giving away for next month the limited edition, if you will, Commissar. That's going to be our next one. And then the following month, if everything goes right with A Case, it sounds like we're going to have a giveaway for them. So I'm working real hard to find amazing, things to provide you guys as giveaways. And then, of course, JCD has provided us this amazing Command Edition box, which I will just quickly turn off my camera so you can see it better. If I can remember who's who, which that should be me. We're giving this away this month. Next Monday, we'll be announcing the winner of this. Remember, Patreons get 2 entries, and so great deal. I messed up the links in this particular post, but if you look at our other videos, the links are active. You can join our Patreons there. We do $1, $3, and $5. All of them give you 2 entries into our giveaways, and we just appreciate you so much. Everyone else, get into the Discord. Well, even the Patreons, get in the Discord. Link your account to YouTube so that you can get 2 chances at this, at the Commissar, and at what sounds like amazing giveaway from A Case. Lots of cool things coming. I'm working my butt off trying to, get these companies to support us while we support them. So let's go. It's I'm really excited about the future for this channel and the things that we will be giving back to you all. So just super excited in general. Like for me, this channel has really fired me up in the sense of painting and competitive play. I wasn't really concerned about competitive play, but once I started streaming and I thought I wanted to bring that kind of, Travis is competitive, Calvin's competitive, a lot of the guys I know are competitive. It just lended itself to it, and I fell in love with competitive play. I think for those who are afraid of it or nervous about it, don't be. We're gonna, when 10th edition comes out, we're gonna be holding a 10th edition competitive league that's gonna at least run for a month, maybe 2 months. We're gonna be there pretty much. What I believe the idea what Calvin was talking about is weekly games. Don't play the same opponent twice. Kind of mentality. He's gonna be, kind of figuring all those details out. But we're going to be doing all those kind of cool things, and maybe we can see if Jays will have any kind of cool prize for winning that. We'll see. I can't make any promises there. And then I reached out to Monument Hobbies to see if they would send us their their base kit. Their new base kit has there's a new one. So this base kit has all of their most popular paints in it. So it is a nearly complete collection. It's $100. Like I said, if you use Improbable Wargaming and our affiliate link, you'll get 10%. Right? So then we're basically talking about $90 instead of $100. So you can get this base set of amazing paints, and and also let me turn off the other camera. We have this amazing case that Improbable Wargaming has at our disposal because of this young man here who purchased it, but it holds a ridiculous amount of paint. It's another thing you can use your 10% off of. And, like I said, if you're not aware, this channel is got 3 veterans that are a part of the team. And we all are working very hard to trying to make this successful. If you like what we're doing, like I said, hit the sub, hit the like, check out the affiliate links. Okay, back to painting. Sorry, I'm just in a super excited mode. We've been picking up a lot of subs lately. And our patrons have been jumping in and helping out, and it's just been getting me all hyped. So don't mind me, I'm manic.
Speaking of something that has me hyped,
yes,
and Patreon mixing together. So we, Travis, Steven, and I haven't talked too much about this yet.
Yep.
But I have received quite a bit of people interested in wanting painting, either coaching, one-on-one stuff. So people that are here, the 10 of you now that are watching us, if you could just let us know what you think about that, how you'd like that to be done, whether that was a Patreon tier where once a week or every couple of weeks we'd have a video chat and critique your miniatures or anything like that. I mean, let us know what you want so that we can kind of work out the details and go from there.
For sure. And then also Mr. Brandon Pillow is, like I said, our commission painter for the stream, as well as just helps us painting on the stream. If you're looking for something that you need commission work on, this man can paint, and I highly recommend him. So check it out all the ways you can. And then Mr. Travis, my co-founder of the stream, loves making SLA files, and he has a link in. Sadly, I think the one on here is not working, but the other links are working in our other videos for him. You can go check out some of the models he's made that he is selling the files for. And he doesn't sell them for a ridiculous amount of money, but they are amazing. Check them out. You could say that we kind of like what he does. But he's took the time to actually learn how to make these models himself. He is a self-taught man, and he's done amazing work. So can't complain.
Sure, and also still in the works is our stream painting competition that we're still planning, that we haven't got much.
Oh, I forgot about that. I've been so busy with everything else, I forgot about that. That's true. That's something we'll have to sit down at some point, because usually like Travis and I have like monthly meetings and all that. We'll have to start, in a sense, CCing you in on that so we can remember that. Because the 30K side that we've just recently launched, we just finished our second 30K video, has really had a lot of my attention lately. 30K is a hoot of a game. If you're looking for a game that, is, less of the, like there's no stratagems really, there's just actions. There's a set amount plus some army specific, right? It's about really annihilating your opponent. And then you win by meeting some very basic objectives. It is a very fun game. If you're looking for something that is drink a beer, laugh your butt off, and hang out with your friend and smash each other's armies into each other, highly recommended game. I've gotten to play it twice now, and can't wait to play it again. From my understanding, we're going to be having a loyalist army, not this next weekend because we're all at the tournaments and stuff. But the following weekend, we're going to have some loyalists smashing into world eaters. I'm pretty excited about it. I believe we were talking about having some ultramarines coming and brawling with some world eaters, so that's going to be really cool. I know our plan is to also start adding some of the narrative missions that they've been releasing, so that's really cool. We've got Sons of Horus in the works. We've got Thousand Sons in the works. We're trying to get some loyalists as well. Death Guard are coming. So we got a lot of cool things coming for 30K, because it's great to play some of this. Some people like to think of it as a historical game. I mean, sure, why not? I would say that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, it's a game, and it's based off of what we already love. So check it out. Let's see what we got here. What's up, Caps? Okay, let's see. He's awesome. Been working on mine. Oh, cool. So, Chris, Chris apparently. He says you're awesome and you've been working on some of his stuff. Wonderful to hear. Let's see. I fixed the links in the description. People, they need to refresh. Okay, thank you for fixing the links in there, Travis. You're amazing. That is for sure. He is the I can't say it right. He is a badass IT guy.
I think you meant Horus Heresy is awesome. I appreciate you that you would assume that he's saying I'm awesome. But...
sorry. Well, I misread it. Sorry. Horus Heresy. Yes, I see the HH. My bad. Horus Heresy is awesome. I love the models. I'm gonna go grab it real quick because it's one of my projects that I'm kind of scared of, but I'm gonna do it. I promise. Let me grab it. Walking in front of the camera, tripping over wires. Take out the screen. Okay. So in this huge box, Horus Heresy. This is the man himself, nothing less than the ascended version of Horus, Mr. Lupical himself.
That's sweet.
And he comes in multiple boxes, and try not to break him while getting him out. But yeah, check him out. He's got this amazing base. Here, I'll pass that to you. He's got a lot of parts. He's got a giant cape in here. I mean, this is a huge model. The base size is, I mean, look at this. This is just his leg, and it's gigantic. This is a model that I got it for Horus Heresy for sure. I mean, he's 1,000 points in the game. So this is a guy you only play in 4,000 point games, right? I didn't realize that. Otherwise, I would have bought the not ascended version. But honestly, he is a display level piece. Like, this is a guy that you paint because you want to show off, right? To me. And I'm super, super excited to get the chance to put him together and have him on stream, hopefully in the near future. Because, I mean, this is the War Master. I mean, the one that we all know and hate and love and has caused many problems for mankind, if you will. And I'm super, super excited to get him ready. You know, I've got, we got Abaddon coming for the Suns, you know, all that stuff. So I can't tell you how excited I am about
Tactical Rocks.
Tactical Rocks. Oh, it's Mr. Custodes himself. What's up, MG from Mid Tabletop Tactics? A acceptable form of entertainment in my mind. Another great streamer there. Feel free to check him out. He is quite a nice guy for being Canadian. Oh. But no, he is a great guy. And we became fast friends in LVO, and we talked for hours on Sunday for sure. So big fan of his, and I think of him as my friend. So if you feel like checking out their channel, please feel free. I like it. I like this version of Horus best. I prefer the old base, but this model is so badass. Yeah, no, I think so too. The Horus Ascended is just, I'm mostly scared to put him together because he's resin, but holy cow, I've seen a painted version of him and it just blew my mind. So I hope to paint half as good. So yeah, no worries, bud. I was trying to finagle a chance to go to hang out with you in Tacoma, Washington, but I just couldn't quite get the transportation together. I've got a free plane ticket out there, and I probably could even get a free entry into the event because I can do some slave labor for GW. But I have no way to actually get there from, you know, in a sense. I have no place to stay and all that, so I'm just not going to be able to go. But it's, you know, I wish I could have hung out with you and Castra and all the rest. But I hope you guys kick some butt while you're there for sure. And that is all we can ask for, right? Let's see here. Oh man, I'm doing kind of I changed styles here a little bit. I'm just doing the spikes in gold, and then I'm going to do the shoulders in silver, I think, is my plan. How are those towel coming along over there, my friend?
Don't forget to wash the resin.
Oh yes, I've heard. I'm so bad about washing resin. I have to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever washed any of my resin ones, but I haven't had anything bad happen yet. Now with Horus, probably well worth washing because it's such an. I mean, that is a $150 model, and you know, I probably should try harder with him. But thank you for that. Yes, I agree. He's gonna need a little washing for sure. Might have to room in our Airbnb. Oh, we should talk on the phone. I mean, if you got something a hookup, I would love to talk to you because I would need to get that plane ticket solidified sooner than later, and then I would need to contact my buddy at over at Games Workshop and see if I can do some more free work for them. What are you guys getting in there on Thursday night, or are you going to show up a little early? What are you thinking, Mike? That's the big question. Because they're going to want me to work on Thursday. So I guess worst case scenario, I could fly in on Thursday, maybe take an Uber in and work all day until you guys get there. But either way, I don't know. It's a bit of a Hail Mary. But it would be amazing. I've never been to Tacoma, Washington either, so that's kind of another exciting part of it. But I wouldn't be considered if it wasn't for the fact that I've got a free ticket. Plane ticket I need to use by November. So it has to be used for something. So I got to figure it out. Worst case scenario, I was thinking about going to San Diego. You should come to San Diego. Hang out with me the ITC that they're doing there, the San Diego little deal. I was gonna hang out with Adrian and John from oh my gosh, I want to say Improbable Wargaming, but that's not their channel. From Tabletop Tactics, Tabletop Titans. There we go. I knew I can get the name right eventually. because so who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Thursday till Sunday. Are you going in Thursday morning though, or are you going in Thursday night? Because I know Cass said he was going to drive in from Vancouver in the evening after work. So I didn't know if you were going to do the same thing. You should just come work the GW event with me. Then I can fly into Vancouver and then we could drive down together, and we can do slave labor for GW. What do you think? What do you think? They would love us. Give Zach a quick jingle and be like, dude, you need 2 slaves. And he'd be like, yes. Yes, I do. Let's see. We got that done. We got this. All right. Getting these golden parts done. That's all I know. So when is San Diego? San Diego is in the fall. It's in October. I believe it's in the first. I think it's. I have to look it up. I apologize for not having it memorized right now. I have to go look at the FLG website and look at the San Diego event. Give me a second here. FLG San Diego tournament. Oh, I should put 40K tournament just to make sure, right? Oh, I hit tours for some reason. Okay, let's see here. We've got the San Diego Open. That's what they're calling it. Duh. San Diego Open. So if I look it up that way, it'll probably be easier now, right? San Diego Open. Maybe. I'm probably making this harder now. Upcoming events. There we go. Now I can scroll through it. Lone Star Cruise. Cruise one's there. Where are you? Bay Area. Come on. It must be up here because I know it was. Oh, August 21st through 22nd. I apologize. So that's when it is. And then they're having a special event in September that they haven't announced yet. But yeah, so October 21st and 22nd. That is when. Midday, Thursday. I got you. Cool, man. But yeah, so no, they're doing that. That was kind of my bigger plan because in that instance, I have family who lives in San Diego, so I was going to crash with them, and that way I wouldn't have to spend no money on the living side of it. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Plus, like I said, I promised Adrian I'd come and hang out, so it was going to be kind of the plan, at least at this point. We'll see. Now, that's all done. Anything on the back? Getting all these gold bits done. So let's see. So Chris, are you working on anything? Are you painting anything fun? Let's see here. Oh wait a minute. You are painting something. I have the painting job coming off of my Orion gunship. Once was not the greatest. Oh, okay. So you're fixing up an Orion gunship that once was not the greatest. Yeah, makes sense. I got a question. Okay, what's swarm or monsters? Well, be more specific. What do you mean by swarm or monsters there, Golda? I need more information. I'm a simple man. In October, I got kippers. This year, it will be about 150 peeps. Come up here. I can find you a bed. Oh, that almost sounds like you're flirting. What kind of bed you talking about, baby? But, okay. Send me the information, through DM me that kipper stuff. I'm real curious about that. Yeah, send me that. Please, please, please. Sounds like something pretty fun. So, yeah, it'd be cool to hang out. It's too bad you didn't make it out to Kansas. I would have loved to have seen you. Castro doing his bait and switch on us. Bastard. No, I can't blame him, right? When our friend is on Art of War and he has to choose between playing with us or playing on Art of War's team, I'm not going to blame my friend for choosing his team, Art of War. So, Castro, if you ever see this video, much respect. I'm super proud that you're on Art of War. You're an amazing artist, and I just know your team's going to do well. So I can't wait to see you here next week. So that is for sure. That's the nice thing about this community, right? When you're watching it on YouTube and stuff, it seems so far away, like you're never going to meet these people. They're going to be snobby or whatnot. What I found is that they're people, right? Don't be creepy. Just say hi and move on, and you'd be surprised after they see you a few times that they start going, oh hey, it's so and so, So that's, to me is pretty amazing in that regard. Heck, a couple of TOs, you know, that I knew them, right? Because I see them at the tournaments, but I didn't realize they knew me. Like when I was at Warhammer Fest, the one guy who's their announcer, and you see him in a lot of the videos. I was like, hey, dude, can I catch a selfie with you? I didn't catch one with you when I saw you in Kansas, but if I'm not bothering you, you know, just tell me no, right? And he's like, Steven, it's no bother to do a selfie with you. And I was like, you know my name? He's like, Mr. Foster, I know exactly who you are. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, probably blushing red.
Yeah.
You know, it was so cool that, you know, he knew who I was. And even though I know I have this YouTube channel, I am still full of imposter syndrome, and by no means do I think I'm famous. I'm not giving off that kind of energy.
Yeah.
If you approach me and say hi, I'm going to be super excited to meet you. I've had 8 people now recognize me at events and tell me they love the channel and stuff, and I've literally been like nerding out over it. Like when, you know, when I've greeted some of my peers, people I'm big fans of, you know, when I tell them I love their channel, they're like, oh, thank you, it's great to hear. Me, when you tell me that you love what we're doing, I'm like, oh my God, it's so amazing, I'm so happy to meet you. You know, I'm totally like overboard to meet you. So don't get too freaked out if I'm excited to meet you, because I'm crazy. So Mr. Brandon, how, I know that this is the first time you painted Tau. How has the experience been going for you? Did it meet your expectations? Has it been harder than you expected? What do you think so far?
It's been refreshing because
yes,
it seems kind of the standard for Tau.
Okay.
Is pretty simple, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also been refreshing that, you know, it's, you know, new colors with edge highlights and, you know, standard GW painting process, which is, you know, sometimes a good break from like making sure your blending's nice and
yeah,
all kinds of crazy skin
well,
colors.
I didn't go with a crazy complicated pattern, but I went with, so the plan is, you know, if you don't know Tau, this is Tau Sep colors. I like the fact that I had to go, so here's the whole story. I was trying to decide on what color I should go with, and I was talking to a guy I know, and I asked him what he thought, and his answer was, I don't like nothing about those communists. Those space communists is exactly what he said. So my immediate response was, we're going to go with the main faction. You know, because I see a lot of people playing Farsight stuff because he broke away, right? He sees behind the curtains and he doesn't like the strings being pulled. But I kind of like the idea that the rest of the Tau are going about their regular business. They're probably still cheering on Mr. Farsight, but they're doing the greater good the way they know how.
So far, I like the colors.
The colors are good too. It's nothing like,
yeah.
None of my armies look like this. This army will stand out so different from anything else I've ever done or had, and I love it. That's super exciting that they're going to be completely different. I'm hoping, you know, because I've got to play against them a lot, and I've got to mess around with them a little bit, and I do like their like, if you know me, the one thing I like is I like things that go fast. I like things that play tricks, and these guys definitely have movement, definitely can play tricks. They don't want to punch you, but they sure don't mind pointing the barrel at your nose and dropping a bunch of rounds into it. So it makes it like, you're like, for you, right? It's refreshing to paint this something different. For me, the idea of playing Tau is like super refreshing because normally I'm trying to get to you and just punch you in the face as hard as I can. And this army's like dancing around the board, just shooting you and running. And I like that. It just seems like a fun way to go. But Steven, your ego enters the room first. Well, do I have an ego? I mean, you know, you can be honest with me. I don't think I do. I try to be humble. But maybe I'm wrong.
No ego, you just have a very big personality.
Yes, I would definitely agree that my personality enters the room, you know, and I'm loud, without question. So my bad. But outside of that, I've been this guy for 47 years. It's too late. I'm not changing now. That's why I tell people, all right. Like, some person's like, you know, you talk loud. I'm like, I've been talking loud for a lot longer than you realize, and I ain't fixing it. But, you know, I'm also, I know you're teasing. Don't even worry about it. The simple reality is I'm the kind of person that I am, right? That I'm loud and I'm out there and everyone can see who I am. People make fun of that, right? and that's just how it has been my whole life, and it's okay. I've built a decent amount of thick skin towards certain kinds of behavior towards me because of how I am. But what I have found is for streaming, it works real well. So maybe they should have invented streaming back when I was a kid, but it didn't happen. Steven is getting an army painted like a box art. I don't want any more guffs about Ultramarines. Oh, Travis!
You got a point.
We are putting a little unique flavor on it, but it is close to box art. Suck it, Trebek. But let's be honest though, like, so I have to have one that's like box art, right? Because I like my Emperor's Children. I'm painting the 40K ones. I'm painting them in the box art color of the Horus Heresy, right? So they're purple. I'm not doing the pink. Not that I don't like pink. It's just I like that purple look, and so that's what I'm doing. Here, I'll grab one real quick so you can see it. I mean, I guess you could claim it's box art, but so blah.
Speaking of that, I just recently procured that Noise Marine from you.
Oh, I gotta take that out here today. Right.
Yeah, before I leave. I'm so excited for that model. It's like,
so here, so well, of course, this is not this. You know, everyone knows who this is. This is Abaddon. He, of course, I gave him his black color, and I gave him the sun, you know, the lunar wolves shoulder pad colors, the Sons of Horus colors, if you will. So I did him, of course, but then when I finished him, I was like, okay, I kind of want to do Emperor's Children. I like their style, I like their cockiness, but I wanted those colors to be of the Horus Heresy style. So that was my inspiration for my guys, if you will. And I've got to finish their bases up. I know it's peanut butter, Travis. I know it's peanut butter, but it's at least ready to go on the table, and then I can add to it later. But I fine, whatever. Box art, go to hell. Don't judge me.
Oh, I'm super excited to get through these vehicles and get to painting Shadowstone.
Oh yes, for sure.
I save that for last, so that I can enjoy it.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
but,
no worries.
At least out of these 4.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got. So I know that he's mentioning more of like an army list that's going on, but the reality is, we traded. I gave him about 3,000 plus points of Ina Deepkin.
Couple.
Yeah, at least. And then I gave him as much Monument Hobby paints as he could handle. And in return, he's painting basically every single one of the Tau that I could get that are not Forge World. so it balances out pretty well. I think you'll be really excited when we get that Storm Surge, because it's going to be just, you know, it's going to be that monster knight kind of style model where, you know, you can really... it's hard to mess up, but at the same time, it, like you know, there's a lot of interesting techniques to mix in there. So I think that'll be fun for you. And so yeah, let's see what else we got. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you can't judge me anymore. Now, first off, let me help you with this. People always find a way to judge. Now, I'll give you some help though. You'll be able to judge me because I bartered for this deal, where you chose to do the box art yourself. And I'll pick on you for doing it yourself. And yes, the paint tastes good, by the way.
Fun fact, I was actually planning on helping Steven out for free.
Woo!
And then he when he offered that, I was like, okay, I'm not going to say no.
Well, yeah, I mean, I felt like maybe I should give a little. And then, honestly, you're part of the stream team. And, you know, the one thing for people who may or may not need to know or care, we're really not making any money, right? This is a hobby project that we hope that one day will become something that helps us beyond just what we're doing, right? That is all the dream of a lot of things. But I try in any way I can with the guys, right? Travis, we promote his SLA files, right? We've got you with your commission work, and we've got, you know, Calvin, who loves competitive, so we're saying, hey, if you love competitive so much, here, run this 10th edition league thing, you know, so everyone gets something that they love out of this and enjoy as best we can, because we're not here for much else right now. And that's okay, because we're trying to make it fun, because then we have fun with you and you have fun with us. Okay, let's see. Hoxer, what's up? Let's make everything purple. Purple is underrated in Warhammer. Well, that's why I'm doing, you know, purple. Whoop, I'm missing the camera. Purple. Purple with some green though. But no, purple. So here's the idea I have. Since you're mentioning purple, so Craft World, that is the next project. I'm between trying to finish off my Jakari, building Tau for him to paint, and all that stuff, and building Craft World. My plan is I want to do Uthway, but I want to do Uthway with the classic black with purple and light purple highlights, so that it pops. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I think would be really amazing. It'll be more airbrush work in a lot of areas and stuff, but I just like this idea that, I don't like the idea of just, it being black with some light highlights and, that kind of stuff. I like the idea that you're taking the purple in there too. Oops, what? Did something break? Brandon is super talented painter. Yes, he is. Thank you, Mom. Mom is always the best.
My mom believes in me.
Mom's like, he's amazing. It's like, dang right he is. She's a nice lady, everyone. Thumbs up for the moms in the chat. She also
plays Necrons, so shout out to my mom.
Oh, she plays Necrons? I don't like her anymore. That's it. I liked you until you said Necrons. Now I know you make bad choices. It's over.
What it was is the Command Edition box we're doing for the giveaway.
Yes.
I bought one of those. It feels like 2 years now.
Oh, wow.
And that was both mine and her start into Warhammer itself.
Okay.
And actually playing the game.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that was
exciting. Nice. Yes.
Oh. Yep.
Cool.
Super exciting.
Very cool.
Before that, I was just kind of, painting and doing stuff outside and buying random things that I thought looked cool to paint.
Yeah. Sometimes that extra motivation to get like an army ready or, whatever can be just great way to get you going. Let's see here. Oh, I got a little gold in that hair. Sometimes you got to be more careful. Okay, there we go. Decided to make some things gold instead of just silver. But yeah, we just love what we're doing and trying to keep on creating here. Boom, boom, boom. I wonder when somebody said, whoops, they were commenting somewhere else. Who knows? Okay. Travis is just deflating today.
Actually, I just put another poop.
Yes, I did. I couldn't help it. Pink poops for Travis. That is the theme. Well, I'm sure Travis will figure out what my theme is before I know it. But for today, it's pink poops for Travis because we love him. And what else are you going to do when you love someone but give them pink poops? Ooh, more gold. I'm glad I'm looking here because I've noticed I missed little things that we needed. And it's not right if you miss them. I think this girl's got... I can't tell. See, like, these look like they could be bones in their hair, but I'm just making them like little golden spikes instead because I'm doing my own thing. Let's see.
Travis, if we didn't make fun of you or like give you crap when you're away from us, it would mean we didn't like you. So
yeah, and it's not like you're not here while we're doing it. I'd be more offended if people were talking smack behind my back. If they're talking smack in front of me, at least either that they love me or they're very brave. That's all I can say. Oh, Dave Pillow with the pink poops. Thank you, Dad.
My family is going to single-handedly get the pink poop.
We're doing it. The pink poop award's going out. I love it. So, let's see here. Oh, Mr. Flock, what has he got here? Guys, as someone that is doing an exorbitant amount of wet blending at the moment, any helpful tips and tricks to make it look smoother? Also posted what I am working on in the Discord. Well, thank you for posting the Discord. Great reminder. As always, if you're watching the stream, we have a Discord. Check out the link. It'll get you in there. It is a great place to hang out. Now, I have an answer, but let's see what you have to say about wet blending. My answer is not as fun as yours probably will be.
It's going to be... That's the thing. I don't think you should be totally going into the deep end of wet blending is the only thing I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because you're not going to get it perfect the first time. I think
using
that as getting you obviously practice, and then getting that to where you want colors-wise and getting the gradient started.
Yep.
And then you're going to have to go through and refine that with glazes and things like that.
That's a good point.
Don't put too much, I don't want to say effort, but too much faith into that one technique being the end-all be-all. But that's gonna win everything. You know?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. My answer. Thank you, Nightbot. Thank you so much, Travis. But what I was gonna say is airbrushing. That's how I do my blending. I have honestly never done wet blending because I have an airbrush. I like here. I'll show you what I've done with like some blending, if this even counts. But this is the best example I have. Of course, it's a little bit larger area, but this is something I did with my airbrush to blend 3 different colors together to create a hot glow, if you will. So, you know, going red, orange to yellow. Now, maybe wet blending would look a lot better than the airbrush way, but this is like at least what I did with my airbrush to create that effect. Obviously, if you're doing small things, it's a lot harder, but this is kind of what I like to do. So there is more than one way to skin a cat, as the old saying goes. Probably at some point I should learn how to wet blend.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely. I mean, everything that you learn or do or have tool wise it's literally in your toolbox.
Yes.
So I mean, like, and everything when it comes to having something that looks good and perfectly blended and that kind of stuff you have to use all your tools.
That's true. That is true. I mean, every time you add a new skill set, right, it's there for later, which is nice. I've learned to do some interesting wet blends using contrast paint. That I use, like do barrel burn effects with contrast and stuff that I'm really happy with, but it's not quite the same as other methods, for sure. So practice is all I got for you, buddy, and I still need to learn myself.
If you don't have an airbrush, I mean, if you get that and practice with it, and like that is gonna not make you better, but it will take away you hating your life doing certain things. Which in turn will mean you'll do it more, and then you'll get better because you're doing it more.
That's true. That's true. That is 100% true. Let's see here. Oh boy. There we go. Gotcha. Just getting these witches love showing off a little bit of flesh, trying to help them in their accomplishing their dreams, while I'm getting ready for other stuff. Yeah, let's see. Here. That looks pretty good. We got to fix a little cleavage. Excuse me there, pillow, as I'm talking about cleavage. Let's see here.
It's all good.
Oh, I know. I'm just making a silly comment. Let's see. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. We got a little bit of red that didn't belong there. I feel like the longest part of any model is when you do the cleanup phases. Because you're going back and trying to find where you messed up or whatnot, and then correcting it. It can be an ordeal. I find that now that I've been painting consistently for 2 years, that the cleanup's gotten easier and easier because my brush control has gotten better and better. And then never forget, Monument Hobbies has this amazing brush cleaning that product that I love to use. I try to use it fairly regularly. A lot of times I was learning from the owner of Monument that he recommends that when you're done with your brush and you're putting it up, make sure you coat it in the cleaner, and then get a good cleaning, but then give it a good little coat, get it to a little point, and then store it. And he said that'll condition the brush, it'll give it more life. So it's those kind of little helpful things I've learned from him, for sure on that. So I clean my brushes in a way a lot more than I ever used to. I used to barely clean them. And now I clean them at least a couple times during a painting session.
Yeah, a good way to think about that, and having a coat of brush soap at the end of the day, or even if you just have a brush that's messed up. It's kind of like if you have wet hair, then put a hat on.
Oh, yeah.
When you take your hat off, it's going to be in the shape of your hat. If you have a brush and you have the bristles where they're supposed to be, and then you put a coat on it or something that's going to hold it in place while it dries, it's still going to be in that shape when you are using it.
I got you. I just remember what I was supposed to be doing here, so I'm going to switch gears a little. Yeah, no, that's a good point, and an excellent way of translating that for sure is, keeping them clean and then keeping your hat on right. Let's see, posted what about I'm working on in the Discord. Oh yeah. Thank you, Golda, for posting in the Discord what you're working on. We'll take a look at it here in just a bit. Maybe sooner than later, actually. Let's see. Afraid to go look. You might have something inappropriate in there. Okay. My goodness. Well, you know, it's crazy now is with the new character rules and stuff and being attached to units to get those units buffs. I'm really there'll be a lot more characters on the table probably than usual. So at least if you want units to get some decent buffs. So I guess there's lots of new character level model paintings going to be happening for a lot of people's armies here in the future.
It's exciting for me because I have an exorbitant amount of character models because I thought they were cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I can't really bring all these guys. But I was like,
yeah, I mean, so the one thing I'm curious about and nervous about with the new rules is they showed the one mission they have, right, the final part of the book, and the let me see if I can switch to that real quick here. Give me a moment here. We'll go to the final mission. Maybe I gotta go over here. There it is. Let's see if I can get my thing to where I need it to. This is less fun. Let's go this way. There we go. I see my mouse now. Sorry, guys. Going down to the final mission. Let's talk about this a little bit. I'm curious what everyone thinks. Brandon, okay, so this is what I thought was interesting. So determining the victory conditions. If at the end of the battle, one army has been destroyed, the player commanding the opposing army is victorious or the victor. Otherwise, the players with the most victory points win, right? And so then it says here, the battle ends once a player has been tabled or you get to turn 5. So are we seeing what the win conditions are for 10th edition tournament life? I mean, that's my big question, right? Because I don't know. Like, it could be there's armies that, yeah, they get tabled, but they win on points. Like, that was their plan, right? We're gonna beat you on points, but you're probably gonna table us. And now it specifically says, if you are tabled, you lose. So that's like, to me, that changes the whole way we play the game. It's crazy. What do you guys think? Are you worried about this, or you think that it's just a mission in the book and it's just no big deal? What are you guys thinking? Because for me, I'm like, whoa, don't know if I'm happy about that. But you know, at least because I'm an elf player and sometimes we die, but we win on points. So it's a big question mark. Let's see. What do you guys think? Travis, any thoughts? Okay, there's a lot of cloth on this boy. Woo! You're as bad as my daughter is bumping this table.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm like, ah! I just gotta stop painting the moment he does something. What do you guys think, though? Is it trippy as hell that now a win condition is tabling your opponent? It seems like we're going kind of back to the old days of 40K when just killing your opponent won the game. So I don't know. There's some armies that are just so good at killing, you know. And are we really want to make a game? Are we really wanting to push competitive in a more simple utterly destroy your opponent way? You know, I wonder. What do you think, Brandon? Or waiting for them to respond?
To me, that sounds good because I mean I have a very simple mind when it comes to Warhammer, and
okay,
killing your opponent completely is kind of like a simple way of thinking about how you can win.
Yeah.
So meaning that it's going to bring more people in. It's to make it more popular because a lot of people can get behind just, oh hey, I just need to kill as much as I can.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, interesting take on it. Let's see what the chat says here in just a second as I'm finishing up. I see that some people are typing. Yeah, that is interesting. That was Travis. Okay, Hoxer, go wah or go. I love it. Go wah, go home. Yes.
I like it.
Orcs definitely want to stomp you into the ground. For sure. Let's see. Travis, might just be rules for the main core rulebook. Would need to see the competitive mission pack to make sure. No, agreed. I'm definitely not going, you know, this is the end of the world, the sky is falling mentality. But it definitely caught my attention, and I wondered what everyone else thought about it. Because I think for just playing with your friends, if that's all it is like casual play, well, that just made the game real simple. I'm here to just table you and win. And then if it just happened to be more of an even fight, then we'll figure out the points. And I think that's a pretty interesting way of looking at it. Competitively, I don't know how I feel. You know? I just don't know.
Yeah, I think I have less hard feelings about it because I'm not in that competitive world.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it gives the orc, like you were saying, the WA, the orc experience to people that don't want to play orcs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, see, I have literally played games as a Harlequin player where I was tabled and won the game. So for me, my strategy and what I was doing worked, got me what I needed, but I was tabled. You know what I mean? And so my army achieved its objectives on the battlefield, got what we needed done, and we paid the ultimate price while doing it. And that's still a victory. You know what I mean? It's a costly victory, no doubt about it, but it's a victory. So I've just had games where I've been tabled and won. They're usually very close games. You know what I mean? Because at a certain point, you just can't score anymore, right? Because you're gone, and you just have to hope they can't catch up. And that's kind of the plan. So I don't know. Well, with everything being a little less killy for the most part, maybe that's going to be harder to achieve anyways, right? If you're able to table your opponent when everything's so hard to kill, well then good on you. You did the hard part for sure. So yeah, so that's kind of an interesting thought I was thinking of for for the other side of things, for sure. So see what everyone thinks, but it sounds like most people aren't bothered by it, or at least a few people aren't. But I agree, as an orc player, you're just like, yeah, I'm coming for you, bro. It don't matter. And if I don't win, I'm dying. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. Let's see here. Put this on here. I probably should have done this after I do the orange, but I did it in the wrong order, and I'm just going to accept it. That's just what I'm going to do. Make sure I don't miss anything. First thing you do, first rule of painting a model, I always tell Travis and give him a hard time about. You're painting this way, you're painting this way. Make sure when you feel like you're done, turn it upside down, make sure you didn't miss anything, and then move on. Always look at the butt of your model real quick and make sure you didn't forget something that you're supposed to do. I found so many times on my own models that I, forget something. And if you didn't do it, sometimes not doing it in the right order makes it a little more challenging to correct. So, unless you got amazing brush control. Like for me, I never, what's the word I'm looking for? I never do skin and faces and that stuff first. Those are always the last thing I do. Because like if I mess up, I can fix it real quick and then start painting it. But if I do all this work on the face and the skin and then I'm painting other things and mess up, it's like, oh, to me it's harder to clean up. So maybe one day I'll be better, good enough to where I see the folly of my ways. I don't know. What about you? What do you do, Brandon?
I'm the same way. I wait till the end for faces. Part of it is, for me anyway,
Yeah.
doing like the human skin and the face,
Yep.
all that kind of color blending is to me a lot more fun.
I gotcha.
And so sometimes it's just I'm saving the fun part for last.
Yeah.
After doing Space Marine armor for
Yeah.
how long.
Yeah,
it's like
a
little treat at the end,
Yeah, for me, the idea is that it's the reward because the model's done. You literally like boom, 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 and it's done. That's the reward to me. So I know Ninjon and other artists feel that working from the inside of the model out is easier. And I get their logic, right? But they also have amazing brush control. And I guess I gotta just keep painting to get to there. But I also, when you're painting for a stream where the content needs to be up now versus in 3 months, it's not always easy to follow those guidelines. So, one day maybe. One day. Okay, getting all these metal bits done. Keep these guys over here so you can see what I'm doing.
A lot of people have the mentality of the face needs to be, you can give the most time to the face because that's what's gonna like make it look better overall. And then you could do the armor and things like that quickly.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I like giving everything an equal amount of time. I don't like spending forever on a certain part.
Oh, sure.
But I see what people give from that. You see the face in the front.
Yeah. No, it's a challenge for sure. For sure. That reminds me. Let's see.
Time is flying.
It really is. We're having a good time. Hey, Travis, what about you? Do you do the skin and the faces first, or do you save them for the final phase? Where are you at on that? I don't think I've ever asked you before. I'm curious now. Some of these interesting details here. Do. Get these chains done back here and this little grenade packs. You know the one thing I learned about like tournament play and stuff? Like when I play guys, most of them are like, okay, I'm gonna shoot like so here's an example, right? Here's an example I'm gonna show down here. A lot of times when I play people in tournaments and even in practice games, for the most part, you'll have like let's say these witches, you know, charging this squad. That's the plan. So let's say I'm controlling these witches. When I bring my witches up and I do my shooting phase, right? I do pistols, grenades. I do all my weapons into the squad, including grenades, right? You can only throw one grenade pack, but I always throw the grenade pack. But every guy I've played against, and I haven't played against any ladies, so that's why I say guys. But every guy I played back, they don't do that. They'll shoot with their pistols, and that's it. You know, they don't mix up the weapon types. Like if you have grenade packs, why wouldn't you throw them? You know, because you only have one pistol shot, but you've got D6 grenades. It's going to be equal or greater than that one pistol shot. Why wouldn't you maximize? I don't see that. And I'm not saying I'm a good player, but it's just, I guess I've played against some good players, but I don't see them doing that, which surprises me, you know? So it's just math, I guess, that not everyone agrees on. I don't know.
I think for me, it's. I mean, I've never played any competitive games. It's always been fun, kind of in the house games.
Yeah.
I forget I have grenades.
And that might be the answer. A lot of people, you know, if you don't practice it, you don't do it, right? So then, and when you're playing a competitive game, typically you're under pressure, right? Mm-hmm. And most people, when they're under pressure, they forget those basics. Like, oh, I could have done that, but they don't do it because why? They're under pressure, and that just makes them mess up. Let's see here. For me, I find it easier to just pick a spot on the model and go from there. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I pick out features, you know, and I kind of go that route. So yeah, I hear you. With these Cabal boys, as I like calling them, I went with a dry brush on them, and then I'm gonna hit them with some ink to give them some more vibrant green off of these dry brushed grays I put on them. But yeah, I don't know if I attack like specifically an area. I start with I guess maybe it is an area. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But yeah, that sounds interesting too, though. Everyone's got their way, and from my understanding, they all work. Let's see. And Travis is a pretty good painter, I hear.
I mean, I typically start.
Yep.
So, depending how I'm painting, which for the most part is typically underpainting a value scale.
Yep.
Usually 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a zenithal highlight, and that's where it stays.
Okay.
And then working from, obviously, because you're using a transparent paint, your lighter colors to your darker colors.
Okay.
Because you're going to leave where it needs to be lighter, and then the new darker. So if you start with dark, you can kind of screw up where you're going. And not be able to bring it back down to that lighter value after the fact.
I see. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know what I painted more orcs than I painted anything else. I'd still say that. And orcs I have a very different take on, but that sounds interesting either way. But I never thought about it that way. Like, just don't go too dark.
But you do go dark.
You mean go dark, not first. Oh, yeah, I'm weird. I go dark. Like my base coat will be dark, and then I dry brush it light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the thinking when you're doing a painting with regular paints. But when you're painting with transparent paints, like contrast.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I see. Now I'm on the same page. Since I'm painting and not totally paying attention there, I get you now.
Yeah, I mean that is the traditional thinking. You start out dark and then build up your highlight. But it's the opposite really when you're doing, transparent paints and then underpainting.
I see. That's where I lost you. Now I'm on the same page with you. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's hard sometimes to be multitasking, trying to see what the chat's doing and do that. What's your favorite armies, guys? Jake, what's your favorite army? It can be AOS, it can be whatever. Go for it.
Ultramarines and Seraphon.
Ultramarines and Seraphon. Oh, that's interesting. The old ones mixed with the young boys. Well, I can answer this in a couple ways. So I'm going to answer it in 2 ways. I love my orcs because now that I've read several books, and I'm getting ready to start reading the another book called The Beast, which is about when the orcs attacked Terra, right? And orcs were nearly, a lot of them were Krogan, really, or I call them Krogan, but crooks or whatever they called. A lot of them were back into that form, right? They were speaking perfect, English. They were whooping, the Empire, if you will. So I'm really excited to start reading that book. So lore-wise, I think orcs are fantastic.
I like orcs too,
and they're fun to play. But then when it comes to play style, I am an elf player all day long. Harlequins are my most favorite because I just like this idea that they're like the super soldiers of the elf people, that they give up their soul stones, and that Sigarax protects, and all that stuff. I just love this commitment to the last living god, if you will, and that he's got a plan to take down She Who Thirsts. So elves for days, as always. Can't be helped. I just love my elf kind. I don't know. I don't have a particular favorite between the Dark Kin and the Craft World. They're all just a lot of fun, different flavor of play style, if you will. I think the hardest part about playing the Harlequins is you don't have the same resources of variety of models as you do with the other 2 armies. So if you're looking at an army that's more flexible and what it's going to deal with on the table, Dakari and Craft World are those armies, right? If you're looking for an army that's just going to run around the board really fast and smash the enemy in the face where it can, Dakari, sure, but Harlequins just do it so dang well. And so that's kind of why. And I'm also a giant fan of of DC Comics, the Joker. I know a lot of people love Batman, but I'm always been a Joker fan. I mean, what's wrong with trying to make the world smile? I don't understand why people would not like that. And so that's another reason why I like the Harlequins, because they really fit into this mentality of, like I said, the Joker and all that. So that is my logic, as sound as it may be. Let's see here. Get in here and get some of this. Yeah. This Vallejo looks real good on this on the dark colors. Just the orange it doesn't work well with. It's interesting. Okay. We already know about you, Goldie. You love the good old nitties, if you will, coming to devour our universe. Anyone else? What else you got? Odin von Bismarck on the note. Who is your favorite Joker? Okay, well,
we actually talked about this last time I was on the stream.
I think we did. It's Mark Hamill is my favorite voice actor. If I have to go that route, I just think he voices the Joker better than anybody. I think that if I had to pick a live action actor, it would be the guy who played as Batman Returns, if I remember correctly. I can't remember his name right now. He's doing the new Batman movie again. He's doing the one coming out. He's going to be the old Batman.
Jack Nicholson?
No. Let me look it up. That's a great question, and I've got to look it up because I forgot his name. Michael Keaton, I think is his name.
No, yeah, he's playing. But he was never Joker.
No, not Joker. He played Batman.
He played Batman, yeah.
And I loved him as Batman, and he's playing He's coming back as Batman again.
Yeah,
we changed subject because someone asked about that. So, but yeah, so we're going on 2 different ways. So if we're talking about for playing Batman, you're right. I got sidetracked. That was my fault. ADHD went crazy. Michael Keaton's on my mind because he's coming back as Batman. I'm super excited about it. My favorite Joker is going to be Why So Serious.
Yeah.
It's
hard to ignore that performance.
He was amazing. We lost an amazing Joker, right there for sure. And, it's so sad. But he brought him to a darkness that we had not seen before, I feel. Gritty and real. And I just, so good. So Why So Serious is my answer to the live action version. So sorry about that. But yes, Michael Keaton, I am excited that he's coming to reprise his role, hopefully, and we'll see how he does it, right? But because I have to say, like, there are some other people that did not do it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Michael Keaton is one of my favorite Batmans. A lot of people don't like the Val Kilmer version. I personally like that movie that he was in. You know, it was okay. You know, but then
Val Kilmer, yeah, he hated that role.
Yeah, but
did you watch the documentary? He hated that.
I liked him better than Clooney, that's for sure.
He was definitely better than Clooney. Yes, I agree with that. Now, to answer your question, Golda, what is the hardest army I've had to paint? Hardest army, I would say that honestly, my Jakari. I love the army, but they're a tiny model. I mean, they're just so tiny. The details are harder. It's been, and plus on top of it, this is a rescue Jakari army, so I've had to deal with how they arrived, and so that has really been a challenge on a lot of levels. But I'm trying to make them as grim, dark, and dirty as I can, because honestly, that just seems like the right direction that they would go, anyways, right?
Yeah.
So, what about you?
So far, I've had a pretty similar experience with everything I've painted when it comes to how difficult they are, and that leads to that they're as difficult as I make them.
Yeah, it's a good answer.
Because I mean, there are certain armors that can lend ease more into like, oh, you just throw on some contrast paint and it's done.
Yep.
But even with those armies, you can take it to a point where it's hard. You know, like a lot of people think, you know, I don't know. For example, like Seraphon's easy because you can throw contrast paint on all the texture and stuff.
Yeah.
Does all the work for you. But if you want to, you can go on there and paint every single individual scale. And
thank you.
I did that with the Carnosaur model I did. If you go on our Discord, you can see it. And yeah, I mean, you can definitely go nuts with all of them.
That's true. I think that I've seen some amazing artistry on NIDS, for example, where people did individual like highlight stripes on these giant scales, right? They did the dark undercoat, and then they did the light highlight over it, and you know,
yeah, those are cool.
And it's just like, wow. But the amount of time and control, and it's amazing.
You're gonna kick us off at 10?
We kick ourselves off whenever we want.
Oh,
really.
okay.
I
don't want us to like cut people off.
No. The stream ends when I click the button,
Ooh.
So we are good. A friend of mine introduced me to a Grey Knights. Two Grey Knights, and those guys look super cool. I ended up buying a Combat Patrol and can't wait to paint them. Yes, I agree with you. Like, I painted a whole Grey Knights. Like, so fun story. It was the first army I painted for the stream, like that had not been painted yet. And in 1 month, I painted 2,400 points of Grey Knights in a month. I was painting every day, constantly. It was like I was super stoked and I wanted to get them ready. They are a super fun army to play, especially in 9th. I can't say how they're going to be in the next coming, but I would say they're probably going to be pretty cool still. And I loved painting them. They're simple but hard all at the same time. And you can definitely put up in as much effort or as little as you want. So for sure, amazing. We're getting real close to ending the stream. If you got more questions, shoot them to us now. This is your chance to, get any last minute questions. Because like I said, we're going to be taking a break for the rest of the week. And we'll be back next Monday. So the plan is next Monday, we're doing the giveaway. Wednesday, we're going to be having 40K on the table. We're back to playing because we're going to have some 10th edition core rules we're going to start implementing. And who knows, we might even be lucky enough to actually have armies to play. And then Sunday, we're going to have 30K on the table. From my understanding, it's potentially going to be Ultramarines into World Eaters. So that's going to be a hoot to see. So, like I said, it's going to be just crazy. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join the Discord and link your account so you can get into these giveaways that we're doing monthly. There's just a lot of stuff we're up to, and we want to share this stuff with you. So if you get in there, connect your accounts, you'll be able to be involved in the giveaways, and then you win. We pay for the shipping. We get this stuff to you happily, and all I can really say is, again, thank you to JCD Hobby for providing us with this month's giveaway. Thank you to me for going to Warhammer Fest and providing this one for you guys. Me as in me. Thank you to my friend here and co-streamer Brandon for working on the towel, coming to hang out and do it with us live. And thank you for his family for hanging out. Thank you to Travis and everyone else. And like I said, we are going to be here next week, back at it. We'll have live content up on Instagram, TikTok, and in our Discord. Again, as always, thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.